everyone, and as of today, I have some very sad news to bring. Cory Monteith, an actor in the TV show Glee, was found dead in a hotel in Vancouver, Canada at the age of 31 on the 13th of July. His autopsy results showed that he died due to heroin abuse. He has been overdosing on heroin and married Joanna since a young. Heroin is a type of depressant drug that, if used excessively, can damage the body greatly. For more information, we have contacted Dr. Cheryl and Dr. Pauline. Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening. In the medical procedure, heroin is used to relieve pain. It enters the brain and binds with the opioid receptor. If it's used safely, it can regulate heartbeat and breathing.
What about if used excessively?
People that use heroin as a recreational drug feel a rush of euphoria. On the other hand, vomiting, severe itching, and dry mouth can occur. However, there's only short-term effect.
I see. Then are there any long-term effects?
Yes, there are long-term effects. Long-term effects include addiction, insomnia, infection of heart lining, valves, liver, kidney disease, and there's also even medical disorders such as depression.
What is heroin made of? Is there a specific component that makes it so damaging?
Heroin is a type of opiate. It is made from the poppy plant seed pod. It contains morphine, so it makes the users feel high, and in time it destroys the body. When the drug is taken in, it will be rushed into the brain, where enzymes are converted back into morphine. Now, morphine will release the trigger of dopamine. Dopamine will produce a pleasurable sensation that makes the users want to experience again and again.
What happens when a person overdoses on heroin?
When someone overdoses on heroin, their breathing often slows or stops, so it can decrease the amount of oxygen that enters the brain. If the person is not taken care of soon, it is possible for death to happen. So naloxone is a medicine that will be given to them.
Once someone is addicted to heroin, is there any way to cure them?
Medicines are used to reduce craving and withdrawal symptoms, and also block the opioid receptor from opioid drugs. Behavior therapies is also used.
What are withdrawal symptoms?
Withdrawal symptoms are the body's reaction to the absence of the drug. For example, is vomiting, fever, or hallucination. Thankfully, this can be treated through therapies.
Cognitive behavior therapy is to modify the patient's drug use behaviors and to reduce stress, while contingency management is to provide small rewards such as money for staying drug-free for a certain period of time. This will give the patients a sense of pride, and they eventually will stop abusing drugs.
I see. Well, recovery is a long journey as it seems. Lastly, do you have any messages to people who are on heroin or to people who are planning to use heroin?
One, heroin is very destructive and it's not worth it. It not only destroys your health but also destroys your family, future, social life, and etc. So if you feel pressured by your peers, always refuse and don't be persuaded.
I too hope that the younger generation will understand the dangers of using drugs, especially heroin. Thank you, Dr. Cheryl and Dr. Pauline.